update video, kind of. Anyway, I was thinking that I did go to TinyChat, and it does seem pretty simple, so for doing the stickam thing, so I probably will do whatever, TC, call it something else. TC. I wish they'd just have another domain name, just so, and they could just, they don't have any information on the website, so they could have a lot of different names to just change the page just a tiny bit. But any other name but TinyChat. Ugh. Anyway, so we'll see if it works. I don't know. We'll see if we can get a conversation. If we can't, then we might just cut it short anyway, just because, yeah, I might feel like it. Well, we'll give it a shot, and maybe next week we'll try a different place, and maybe the week after that we'll try a different place or something like that, and then we'll decide which ones are, which is the go kind of thing, or something like that. Why not? So yeah, anyway, so I'm just giving you a fair warning. It's probably going to be TinyChat tonight instead of stickam. So, but I don't even think you need an account. So you can probably just go to the room link, and it's all pretty simple. Making an account's even simple. You don't have to verify anything. So it looks pretty simple. So I don't see any, who knows what kind of problems we'll have with lag or something else. And I can't tell what anything does because they don't have any information on the website at all about how the hell the damn thing works. But whatever. Work it out. So anyway, Vlogerdome kind of news. Alright, so I did get a couple of responses. Well, I got two responses? Yeah, two responses from, pretty sure, yeah, it says two right there. Zombie Picture Show on the free will argument, but his second video he didn't really say anything, so I don't even know if I'll respond to it because he didn't say anything. So anyway, the idea will be, I think what I'm going to do is come up with questions for each of these subjects. Like, do you believe in unmaterially caused effects? And you could just, so these would be the correct answers, and if you disagree with any of these answers, then we have something to discuss. And if you don't, then we don't. But so, yeah, if you want to compose some questions, I mean, this link actually works up here now, so you can get back to the home page. So we have the Drake equation. We've got two videos on that, but one on Longcat was sort of an agreeable video. So I need questions for, like, just to nail down the subject. I've already written some, but, you can help out here, right? And then free will, consciousness, and then the new Constitution. And we just basically write questions. I mean, the Constitution one probably not. Probably suggested amendments would be a good idea. But, something where you could participate and play along here. Somebody, please. So I have to do everything. I mean, really, it is very lame. I tried to make this the everyone inmendham channel. Like, you can all have it if you want it, and you just don't want to play along at all. So anyway, doesn't, so I have to do what I'm doing anyway, so I just have to do it for my own, doing it just because everybody else is retarded, so I have to do this stuff. And then people really are retarded. I mean, they really are just really, really dumb. Little simple things. I mean, Piro's really pissing me off. I mean, my last video, I basically predicted. I mean, it basically has in it exactly what what he's always guilty of. And he is always guilty of it. What's my video called? So we'll go to Do Not God. Mood and more, right? And in there I just made a little reference to Piro, because I knew, this paramecium crap, this feeling, this thirsty trees and thirsty plants and all this crap, and it's just so wrong. So very wrong in terms of having any respect for the function of our consciousness. I mean, we know it's a brain function. It's not just a function of the body, it's a function of the brain. And a very specific functioning of the brain. The brain has to be doing very specific things for you to maintain your consciousness. And just a little bit of fucking up with that brain, and I can make you talk funny, I can make you think funny, I can make you fall right the fuck off the planet, essentially, in terms of your consciousness being coherent or anything. And so we know it's a highly complex mechanism. And besides that complexity, though, it's a relationship of complexity. It's not just made of complex parts. It's a complex relationship, I think, that creates it. But it doesn't really matter. I think we just know that is of no value to a thing that can't process a great deal of data. You know, absorb it, turn it into some sort of representation in our head, retain it in that representational form. And we know paramecisms aren't doing that. It wouldn't do them any good to be thirsty because they have no way to say, oh, well, I think the plan will be. No, they can't do that. And it's just nonsense to think they can. So anyway, this is sort of this, and then Longcat's video just got me to the realization that I probably should do the subject of life itself, because people, you know, we have another broken word, right? Because we use the same word life for all these different forms of life that exist on Earth. And our form is distinctly different than biological cellular life. Yeah, we're still using a little tiny element of that to do our reproducing, okay, the sperm and the egg. We're using these very crude cellular devices to transfer our DNA. But everything else about us has to do with the arrangement of life, not life. I mean, in essence, we're not living, because everything that we are is made up of living. We basically capture, enslave life forms to create a colony, and it's this whole colony that is maintaining this consciousness. And creating it through electrical, probably, is a key element here, and chemical stuff. And the reason why we have fluid inside our body is to get chemicals from one place to another place. It's a transportation system. That sort of came up from the Holocaust discussion, which is sort of interesting, just because I did a little bit of research on gas chambers, and you end up finding out a whole bunch of stuff about like how long it takes to, you know, cremate a body and all this kind of stuff, and the moisture content is the real problem. You got to boil all that water away. But anyway, but just thinking about the fact that, you know, all that water exists only because our body needs to get stuff from one end to the other. You know, the food and the oxygen, the chemistry, which is interesting. But yeah, so we're a colony. We're like an ant colony. It's the colony that's conscious, not the ants inside the colony. I mean, it's just stupid to have these kind of arguments. I mean, to make these things, to just assert this kind of stuff, it's just stupid to anthropomorphize these little bots. And that's all they want to do. They want to make them less machine-like, because they don't like the idea that life is just a replicating molecule, that most of life on Earth is just little frickin' insidious machines that just go into the world and take. And that's all they're about. They are just as insidious as, you know, if you built a smart bomb, right? They're just as insidious as that. They're just this machine, this mechanical device programmed with an agenda to take, you know, just to replicate a molecule. And that's the design. And they want to make everything, every part of life, they want to connect it to this, some sort of event, some sort of experiential bullshit. You know, I'm making a video. I didn't intend to make a video in the middle of the video that I'm making. It's an update video, not a video. So anyway, just pissing me off. So anyway, yeah, I haven't made too many videos since the last, whatever the video was, update. The last update video. I only made one video. Wow, I'm way behind. Yeah, well, I've been thinking. You know, thinking takes some time, too. You have to do some of that now and then. You know, I want to make these other subject videos and get these question thing going, and then provoke some people into the debate and all of that crap and such and so forth. Yeah, so I'm requesting people's participation if they can manage it. A little help, please, kind of thing. And you know, so the other subject's probably going to be the education thing, you know, getting rid of the teachers, pay the students, and then you know, economics, I'll do one of those. So I'll be adding about 4 or 5 other subjects here, and then we'll see if we can get something really happening. Some sort of, you know. But the idea will be the first video will be a short video, then somebody responds to the points in that video, and then the argument is recontextualized based on how people answer the questions. So we know what we're disagreeing about, whether it's just stupid words. But really, the word life, like freedom, like spontaneous, like random, all these words are just so love. All these words are just incredibly useless. We really have to cleanse the vocabulary of them. Because the life of microbes is a very different kind of life than us. Incredibly different. Just almost too different. It's more than just apples and oranges. It's apples and peanut butter or something. It's even further away than that. It's apples and igneous rock. Yeah, that's how different. So anyway, yeah, I thought there was something else I had to do, but so TinyChat probably, mostly, maybe, possibly midnight, and I'll have to change the. Gotta get this thing. Oh, I got lots of little things I gotta fix. Let's see. Yes, I'll have to change this to something else. The cam is dead. Depressing. No, anyway, it's not a big thing to change. I'm just saying. It's all these. See, I got a lot of nuisance things I got to do. Just lots and lots of them. It's not easy being in Mendham. Yeah, a lot of work. Very difficult. Very tired. So anyway, I guess that's all I can complain about. Now nobody else is making any videos. Everybody's retarded. Hateable. Sucks. So anyway.